go to failure number 2. Let's go to failure number 2. Wherever you are, just keep on watching these videos, and don't forget, wherever you are, share these videos to your friends. Share these videos to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. May God bless you. I'm Dr. Nibocho Chrysolite. May God bless you. Let's go on. Failure number 2. We talk about the honesty in marriage. You see, according to Muslims, Allah condemns lust. You see, according to Muslims, Allah condemns lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, pride of life. Pride of life. But Muhammad took his adopted son wife. He took his adopted son's wife. Somebody will say, but if the woman love her, the fact of the matter is, Muhammad adopted this man, that is Zayd. And he decided to go and visit Zayd. When he went to Zayd's house, Zayd was not around. The person who was there was his wife Zainab. He knocked on the door. He didn't even knock on the door. He entered the room and he saw Zainab bathing. Zainab was naked. And he saw the nakedness of Zainab. And I believe he swallowed. Do you understand? And he felt for Zainab. And when Zayd came, concerning what Zainab was talking to him, the wife was talking to him, Zayd realized that, and later he met his father. Do you understand? And he realized that the prophet was in love with his wife. And if the prophet is in love with your wife, because according to Allah, the prophet can marry anybody at all he likes. And because he realized he was in love with his wife, he decided to divorce the wife before he's murdered. I read Quran 33 verse 37. Quran, which is supposed to be something that is from everlasting, that has no beginning. Look at what is being said in the Quran. The history of what took place in Muhammad's life, the physical history, is already supposed to be in the Quran before Muhammad was even born. Surah 33 verse 37. Quran 33 verse 37. When Zayd, Muhammad's adopted son, has dissolved his marriage, we, Allah, married her, Zainab, to you. So there should be no difficulty for the believers in marrying the wives of their adopted sons. You see, because Muhammad loves the woman, the adopted son's woman, he said that is what Allah is saying. It's in the Quran. And according to Muslims, whatever is in the Quran is from Allah. So Allah is saying that we married her to you. Because some people were complaining. Then he told them, his followers, that maybe you want to, maybe your adopted son, your adopted son's wife, your adopted son is dead, and the wife is there, and you want to marry the woman. So because of that, because it's your adopted son, you cannot marry. So he's saying, Allah said, he is an example, and because it's an example, he had to marry Zayd's wife, Zainab, Zayd's wife, Zainab, so that you will have the opportunity, so you can marry your adopted son's wife, Muhammad. To the extent that even Zayd has used to boast that Allah himself married me to Muhammad from above the 7. Yes, that's what Zayd also started to say. But you know something? When we look into the Quran, you ask yourself whether it is the Quran is actually full of the words of Allah, or is actually Allah who has been saying the things in the Quran. Let's look at Surah chapter 69 verse 40. Surah 69 verse 40. This is what Surah 69 verse 40 says. That this is verily the word of an honored messenger. Do you understand? The words in the Quran are the words of an honored messenger. Or the messenger is Allah. The messenger, is it the messenger Allah? The words of a honored messenger. That's supposed to be Muhammad. Now let's look at what Aisha, the woman who was married at 6 years, the young girl who was married at 6 years. And then he started having sex with her at 9. A very young girl. A very young girl. And Aisha was most of the time with the Prophet Muhammad. Listen to what Aisha will say concerning the way Muhammad seems to answer the prayers of Muhammad when it comes to having wives and so on. Oh, this is serious. Let's look at Sahih al-Bukhari 4788. Sahih al-Bukhari 4788. I read. Narrated Aisha, I used to look down upon those ladies whom had given themselves to Allah's messenger. And I used to say, can a lady give herself to a man? But when Allah revealed into you, oh Muhammad, can postpone the 10 of whom you will of them, your wives, and you may receive any of them whom you will. And there is no shame, there is no blame on you if you invite one whose 10 you have set aside temporarily. That is Surah 33, verse 1. I said to the prophet, Charlie, I feel that your Lord hastens to fulfilling your wishes and desires. I shall realize that, when Muhammad did something, his husband did something, he will say that, hey, that says Allah. That says Allah. And when Muhammad wants a woman to marry, he will say, this is what Allah is saying. Then he will go and sleep with the woman. Do you understand? And because he has told the women that if you love me, just come and propose to me. Some of the women were coming who were so ugly. And Muhammad realized that these women are so ugly. So he said, Muhammad said, Allah told him, if the women come and you don't desire that, you postpone, you let them go, let them come at another time. So women were coming to Muhammad because Allah said he's using him as an example. Do you understand? So women were coming who love Muhammad. They wanted Muhammad to use them, to sleep with them so that they have a little Muhammad anointing. They have a little anointing from Gabriel. They have a little anointing from Allah. So the women were coming, bow line. God, Mumaya. 1,000 here, 1,000 there. They were coming in their numbers. They were coming in their numbers. And Muhammad was sleeping with them. And including the ugly ones. And Muhammad, Allah said, can a lady give herself to a man? But when Allah revealed, oh, you Muhammad, Muhammad said Allah revealed to him. He said, oh, you Muhammad, you can postpone whom you will of them. You will, and there's no blame on you. When the women come and you think, you can say that, you go tomorrow. So that's the person who's supposed to be the prophet. This is supposed to be the person who is supposed to be somebody who Allah is using. But he was not honest. He had 11 wives, but he was still going for concubines. He was still going for slave girls and so on. That's a prophet. You see, this is a failure. He failed having plenty of wives. He failed being honest to his wives to the extent that the wives were even complaining. To the extent that Aisha was complaining. That is failure number 2.